What if I told you the most powerful strength and endurance exercises weren't invented in a gym, but forged by real cavemen? Archaeologists have uncovered ancient skeletons with muscle attachments so thick, their daily lives demanded more power than most athletes ever achieve. Cavemen sprinted after wild prey, dragged heavy loads for miles, and fought off predators. Every movement a test of survival. In this video, you'll discover 5 exercises inspired by these brutal realities, each with a modern, science-backed adaptation for insane strength and endurance. Hidden among them is one ancient movement that may hold the real secret to lasting human endurance. Let the journey to ancient strength begin. Real strength was born on the ground, not in a gym. Step back to the Paleolithic era, roughly 40,000 years ago, when Homo sapiens lived in Ice Age Europe and Africa. Every morning starts in a cramped cave or a rocky shelter, warmth fading as hunger sets in. Food is never a guarantee, and danger is everywhere. Lions, hyenas, rival humans, and venomous snakes prowl the grasslands and forests. To survive, a caveman can't just walk upright across open terrain. The landscape is filled with thorny underbrush, sharp rocks, and sudden drops. To get close to prey, avoid ambush, or scavenge safely, he crawls, hugging the ground, moving silently under branches, weaving through tall grass. Crawling keeps him hidden from sharp-eyed predators and helps him sneak up on herds for a hunt. Even escaping danger, low crawling is his lifeline. Every day, these primal movements decide whether he eats, escapes, or ends up as prey himself. Strength, endurance, and quick thinking, tested on the ground hour after hour. Today, we train this primal skill with the leopard crawl, a movement demanding total body power, control, and awareness. It's still used by special forces and athletes because it builds the same raw, functional strength early humans depended on to stay alive. Research found that leopard crawling activates nearly every muscle you've got. But it's not just about brute strength. Crawling on your hands and feet forces your body to stabilize through your shoulders and hips, while your core works overtime to keep you balanced. Each step lights up your obliques, lats, and the deep muscles along your spine because you're constantly shifting weight, fighting gravity, and controlling movement, just like a caveman slipping under brush or stalking prey. To perform leopard crawling, start on all fours, hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Lift your knees an inch off the floor. Move forward by stepping with one hand and the opposite foot, keeping your hips low and your core braced. Move smoothly and quietly. Crawl for 20 to 40 seconds. But when survival meant reaching higher ground or climbing for safety, cavemen needed a movement that could pull their whole body upward. Like the video if this helps, and subscribe for weekly science-based training. Some challenges demanded more than pulling straight up. They called for strength in a whole new direction. For a Paleolithic hunter, every day meant moving through forests, rocky slopes, and tangled riverbanks in search of food. Climbing wasn't rare, it was a daily necessity. Bird eggs, wild honey, and fruit were hidden high in trees or out on slender branches, requiring balance and strength to reach without falling. Often, climbing meant hauling yourself up and back at odd angles, arching your chest toward a branch or rocky ledge to get a solid hold, and keeping your body tight to avoid slipping. Sometimes, it meant escaping from unstable ground or reaching a safer resting spot before nightfall. These movements built a back and grip capable of real survival, not just gym strength. We echo this primal movement with the Gironda pull-up. Unlike a standard pull-up, you use a wide underhand grip and lean back hard as you pull, bringing your chest past the bar, making your back, biceps, and core fire in one powerful arc. Research shows this arched pulling motion recruits the lower lats, rhomboids, and lower traps more than standard pull-ups, while also hitting your biceps and abdominals hard. It's a unique combination of vertical and horizontal pulling power, mirroring the way our ancestors moved to access food, safety, and shelter. To perform the arched pull-up, grab the bar with a wide underhand grip. As you pull up, lean back and arch your chest toward the bar, pulling until your lower chest nearly touches it. Lower with control and repeat for 5 to 10 reps. But survival wasn't just about reaching up. Sometimes it demanded carrying, hauling, and moving with strength that lasted all day. Carrying strength was a daily test and rarely balanced. Every day, a Paleolithic human hauls meat from a hunt, a heavy stone tool, or a bundle of gathered roots, never with perfect symmetry. One arm works harder, body twisting to stabilize against awkward shifting weight, while eyes scan the horizon for threats or new resources. It's not just about muscle, it's about staying steady and mobile, no matter how uneven the load. We mimic this real-world challenge with the asymmetrical carry. Instead of 2 weights, you carry a single heavy object on one side, forcing your core, grip, and stabilizers to work overtime, just like ancient humans did mile after mile. Research found that carrying a load on one side spikes activation in the deep core, especially the obliques, transverse abdominis, and quadratus lumborum. Your entire trunk works to counteract the pulling force, keeping your spine tall and your gait steady. This pattern challenges the nervous system to fire stabilizing muscles in real time, protecting your lower back and building a grip that doesn't quit. To perform the asymmetrical carry, pick up a heavy dumbbell, kettlebell, or sandbag in one hand. Stand tall, brace your core, and walk for 20 to 40 meters without leaning. Switch hands and repeat. True strength isn't always about balance. It's about adapting to the world you carry. Every hunter's survival depended on more than strength alone. It took power, timing, and skill. In Paleolithic life, throwing wasn't just for hunting. It was used to knock fruit from trees, defend the group, and flush animals from hiding. Whether hurling stones at prey or warning off a rival, these rotational movements began with a twist of the hips, a powerful shift of body weight, and an explosive release. Every muscle working together in a single motion. Miss, and you wasted precious energy. Hit, and you brought food home. Today, we capture this movement with the rotational throw, using a medicine ball, stone, or sandbag. The power starts from the ground, spirals through the hips and core, and finishes with the arms. A chain reaction, just like our ancestors used in survival. Research found that rotational throwing rapidly loads and unloads connective tissue, forcing your tendons and fascia to store and release elastic energy in milliseconds. This isn't just strength, it's training your body to coordinate force across multiple joints, sharpening your timing and explosive reflexes for complex movement. In the Paleolithic world, that meant moving faster and more efficiently when it mattered most. To perform the rotational throw, stand sideways to a wall or open space with a medicine ball or stone at your hip. Rotate your hips and shoulders, then drive through your legs and core to launch the object explosively. Repeat 5 to 8 times per side. But there's one final movement, almost forgotten, that may hold the true key to endurance our ancestors relied on. True endurance started where most people today never look, at ground level. After miles of travel, hunting, and gathering, Paleolithic humans didn't have chairs or couches to rest on. Instead, they dropped into a deep squat, heels flat, hips open, and chest up. This was their default position for eating, tool-making, socializing, and recovering, sometimes for hours. Holding this squat wasn't just rest, it was low-level training that built joint health, mobility, and real stamina for daily life. Today, we can reclaim this hidden endurance builder with the Primal Rest Squat. Instead of collapsing into a chair, you settle into a deep squat and gently shift your weight, just as our ancestors did. Research found that holding a deep squat for time increases ankle and hip flexibility, strengthens connective tissues around the knees, and even enhances blood flow in the lower body. This deep, loaded position signals the nervous system to reinforce joint stability and movement efficiency, essential for staying active and resilient. To perform the Primal Rest Squat, drop as low as you can with your heels on the ground, chest upright. Hold and gently shift your weight for 2 to 5 minutes, building up over time. Sometimes, the greatest endurance comes from learning how to rest like a human was meant to. And if you want to train like a Spartan or achieve the strength of Shaolin warriors, check out these videos next.